You're listening to the World's Team Podcast. It's not just America's team, Cowboys Nation. It's the world's team. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Stewart and Mike Poland.
How about them Cowboys?
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to another episode of the World's Team Podcast, brought to you by the Believe Network and sponsored by Cowboys Experience for the ultimate meet and greet, tailgating, game tickets, stadium tours, all the amazing experiences for a Cowboys fan is dreaming for. Be sure to go to www.cowboysexperience.com and use the discount code WorldsTeam2025. I am your host, Paul Stewart, and I am joined, as always, by my brother-in-arms, Mr. Mike Poland, and also joined by Super Cowboy and Princess Angie. How we doing, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. No, thank you for coming on. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yes, it has, man. It's been like 2 years, I think. We haven't seen
Well, when we come and see you guys, when we come to, we're specifically come over just to see you guys. But when we come over to see you guys, this Thanksgiving, it would have been exactly 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Time flies. And
so much has changed.
And not just that, it'll be like 2 years since I made that prediction about DeLone Brand going for the pick six and going into the kettle.
Yeah, exactly.
I called
that again.
You need to get the special.
Say that again.
You need to get the Scottish Cowboy special prediction.
Yes.
Exactly.
But yeah, guys. So tell me, what's been going on with you guys since the last time we spoke?
It's been kind of crazy, right?
Yes. I mean, especially I feel like for you coming from like the draft and
a little bit like even going back to last year, we were at the Super Bowl last year. So that was kind of crazy to get invited over there and do some content over there in Las Vegas. So that was pretty crazy. But yeah, this year the draft was kind of sweet, my first time in Green Bay. So, don't get me wrong. I hate the Packers.
I think we all do.
But if you haven't been to Green Bay and actually been to Lambeau Field, it's an experience, man. It's an experience, definitely.
A lot of history there.
A lot of history. You get to,
Oh no, go on, carry on. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say you get the little bumps on your hands when you get in there. Like so much history there. Like whoa, this is awesome. So it was an awesome experience to be in that stadium. Just to walk around and all the history in that place. It was crazy.
It was quite funny. We were doing a live show. We were doing like a live draft show throughout all the days. Yeah. And we're sitting there and because we've got on the screen as the draft is happening, we're like, oh, there he is, there's Super Cowboy. We're doing it on the show.
I was trying to take a screenshot, and I was like, the first question I asked was like, where the hell's Angie? Where's she?
I know. I didn't get to go this year. I didn't get the invite Cowboys. This year. I was like, come on, guys.
Oh, man. Well, I guess this is actually quite an interesting question. Like, so obviously you were there this year, and you were there like previous drafts before. Like, is it different experiences every year type of thing? Like, is it because of the city? Is it because of where it's at? Like, does it feel different every draft that you attend to?
Definitely. I started going in Las Vegas. I think it was 2021. That's the first time I went to the draft in person. So definitely every year. I mean, Las Vegas was one thing, and then this year in Green Bay it was a whole different experience. But that's the cool thing about it, that you're waiting for what city is it going to be, and then you get there and the whole different experiences they have for the fans is pretty unique to that city. A lot of stuff from Green Bay, a lot of Packers, and then you have the fans. You got all the Green Bay fans coming out there, so you get to see everybody that you see on TV dressed up as different things. You get to see it there, in person. So yeah, definitely every city is a different little bit of experience, and the Cowboys do a great job of giving you a little bit of that city. Like last year, they gave us license plates that said Dallas Cowboys on them. This year, they gave us a cheese board. So it said the draft on there.
Of course. Yeah,
exactly.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a cool thing to see what are they going to give you this year. Like, well, what's going to be our gift? Coming into the draft. So
well now you mentioned
every year.
So they gave you like a license plate and they give you a cheese board. So what in terms of the Super Bowl then? Because both of you guys went to the Super Bowl this year. Unfortunately, it was Philly and Kansas. God no. But
exactly.
Did they do anything in regards to you got a wee like welcome package or anything like that, like to what you did in the draft or anything like that?
No. Well, for the draft, yes. But for the Super Bowl, no. For the draft, yeah, they. Every day that you get there, they have a little package for you, like a draft hat. Like I said, they had that cheese board, which it's a huge cheese board. So now,
I'm sure it come handy.
Right?
I was like,
I think I need that.
Yeah.
Let me get an Eagles fan with this.
Bring it out for the Sunday game that we're attending so we can actually smack some Eagles fans. There we go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you sure you guys want to give us this big piece of wood to walk around with?
Yeah. With a handle.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to make it more like 4x4?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Oh man.
Exactly. And then like another one was Kansas City. Kansas City, they gave us barbecue. So it was a Kansas City barbecue bottle, and it had a Dallas Cowboy kind of logo on it. So that was a different one from Kansas City. And Kansas City is when I actually called a pick on stage. So that was a epic moment there.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That would be one of my biggest dreams as a Cowboys fan is to announce a draft pick.
No,
absolutely, man.
Like I'm trying my best to try and win that NFL International Fan of the Year. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're putting your name in every year.
We got to deal with each other as well. If any of us ever get it, we'll take the other one.
Right?
Oh,
exactly.
Nice.
That's the way to do it.
That's how you guys have to do it. That would be awesome. I was able to go when he ended up calling the pick, and let me tell you, he went to the bathroom like 10,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
He was like super nervous. He was like, "Hold on, I gotta be back."
I think I went to
I can imagine as well that you, Angie, he's going to the title, but you're just like steady as a rock.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I can see
she was like, she was like, "What's the problem? You're gonna go on stage in front of all these people."
Like, what's the issue? Like,
so relaxed with all the noise and everything. She's practically falling asleep.
Exactly.
If anything, she was telling me stuff like, "Really, you're gonna go again?"
And that's just making you more nervous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I can't be alone right now.
But I mean, sticking with you guys. I mean, we've seen the video you guys posted because I mean, we'll talk about your show in a second because obviously, shameless plug going on, but you're here, so you're gonna do it. But we've seen the video of your new studio. And I know we've been to your old studio, which was really nice. Great view. Have you still got a view of AT&T Stadium from your new studio?
No, there's no view on this one. But what it is cool about it is that it's a fishbowl. So there's glass all around us. So while we're doing the show, people are walking by and they're like, "What's going on in there?" I like that. I like that feature of it. Angie, not so much because she has kids twerking behind her and doing bunny ears on her. Like, hey.
As long as it's not caught in camera, that's what I'll say.
Exactly.
Well,
right? No, it is on camera.
It has been caught on camera.
It is on camera. I love the interaction with the fans. They wave and pass by, and that's pretty cool for us to do kind of a live show and have live people walking around us. So this studio is a little bit different. It doesn't have the AT&T view like the other one did. But it's pretty cool too. You guys got to come check it out for sure.
No, we will. We'll be there. Whenever you're ready, we'll be coming down with bottles of beer, even if it's in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll be ready.
So, guys, I am desperate to know about what you think about the hire of Brian Schottenheimer and what he has done so far.
Angie, what do you think, Angie? I'll give this to Angie. See what she says.
Oh wow! See how he gives me.
Technical ones.
It's your turn now. I know
yeah.
exactly.
technical one.
It's like now your turn. And that's a good question, actually. Just I mean, I don't know how to feel so far yet. Just because I mean, he was with Mike McCarthy, right? And it's like we saw what happened the past couple of years. So it's one of those things. Can he really come out here, with the team, the Dallas Cowboys team, and actually make a change where the team is going to listen to his changes, right? Because they're already kind of have this momentum or this like under Mike McCarthy, and he was there with him as well. And now it's like, oh, now you're being the leader. So it's going to take a little while to acclimate. But it seems with like the new draft picks coming in, I've heard that the momentum is changing for better. So I am hoping, that it is going to be better, but I don't know how to feel yet. So to answer that question, I don't know.
And
Just...
then it's my turn. Shotty! No, what my true feelings, guys. My true feelings on Shotty. In general, for Dallas Cowboys coaching. We are not only America's team, but the world's team, right? So I feel every single time that we need a coach, there's a coach vacancy, we don't go and get the best coach. Why? Why do we always wait around and I don't know, we'll see. We should have the best coaches. We should have the best everything.
But that goes along too, though. They don't get the best of the best when it comes to players either, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like with coaching, there is no cap. There is no salary cap on coaching. Yeah. So why not go and get the most expensive, the best, the most experienced coach out there to coach the Dallas Cowboys? Now, we got Shotty now. I don't know what he's going to bring. Of course, he was there already. So the guys know him. That's a good thing. The players respect him. But what is he going to bring that he hasn't brought already? As now he's the guy in charge, right? So when you're the head coach, you're kind of just putting your hand in different areas now, right? You're not in charge of just the offense. Now you're making sure the defense is doing what they're supposed to be doing, the special teams. So now your hands is going all over the team, So it's going to be interesting. Am I happy with it? To tell you the truth, no. I'd rather have gotten a more experienced coach right away. I know they kind of waited, and Mike kind of said, I'm out of here, and it caught him off guard. But I hope and pray, and everybody's telling me that it's going to be great. The offense is going to be on all cylinders with him. But I want to see it, right? He has never been a head coach before. But he has been coaching for a very long time. So we'll see how it goes.
I think for me, like, I'm with you on that, guys. Like, I wasn't thrilled with Brian Schottenheimer being hired, but ever since he has been hired, he's really ticked the boxes for me, how he's conducted himself through the press, the additional coaching hires he's brought in, like Clayton Adams, the OC, Conor Riley, the former offensive coordinator, offensive line coach from Kansas City State. Matt Elberfus, yes, defensive coordinator, who was like the main guy for Sean Lee back in the day for the linebacker coach. So I find in terms of the coaching staff he's assembled, I can't complain. I'm really liking what I'm seeing, and when it really comes to what we've done in free agency. And I said this to Megan, we've said this a few weeks, like, I've never seen Jerry and Steven being this busy before in free agency in a long time. And if I was Mike McCarthy right now, I'd be pissed. I would.
Absolutely.
And not to mention that obviously when the draft happened, we really addressed needs. We stuck to there was a plan what we were doing. And obviously, we were a wee bit disappointed. We didn't draft a wide receiver, but that completely changed with the George Pickens trade. I was like, okay, right, I see what you're doing. And obviously, we saw the whole tit for tat with Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and more. I think it was like, you know what? As much as I really like D-Law, but that could, like, I'm glad that's actually happened because that means like Parsons, he wants to be that leader. He wants to take that leadership role. Okay, let's see what you're made of. And also what Schottenheimer's doing, he's getting all the leaders together at the locker room. Like, it's not like you're segregating your offense and your defense. Like, all your leaders like Dak and CD and Micah are all at the top point of the locker room, and I think that's fun. That's like these be small fundamental changes. I think that can really influence the rest of the team. So I think what he's done so far, it gives me a big thumbs up from that point. But like you said, like I need to see this in action. Like and the first thing we'll get to see that is obviously in training camp when we see how's the dynamic with Dak and Pickens, and also as CD Lamb protecting to it, which I do know from an update. There was one play in particular in OTAs where Dak threw the ball to George Pickens, where CD Lamb went for one route and he saw Pickens made the touchdown and he celebrated about it. It's like, thank God someone else can catch it, pretty much. That's the way he reacted. So it feels as though that there's a good weight off his shoulder, so therefore he can play more freely in the offense. So but like you said, guys, I think it's like we just need to wait and see what happens. I mean, I'm rooting for the guy. I think how he's conducting himself, like you said, I would have preferred a more experienced head coach, but it's where Jerry's willing to gamble it all in this year, all in. So
I was going to say, you know how that goes.
Yeah, so
I think with Schottenheimer, I think what it's going to be is I don't think it's going to be the start or when the team is doing well. What you want to, with your head coach, really more than anything, he's the thing that solidifies, that gels your team together when things are going wrong. So when the team loses a couple of games, how is Schottenheimer able to pick the team back up and put it back on track? That's what it comes down to. I think that's the biggest question mark, because you just don't know.
Yeah, exactly, because we saw like last year how the team kind of felt like it was falling apart within each other. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, like I said, we saw between DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons like basically having arguments and stuff like that. So it's like this is just not great team chemistry that's going on within this defense. So we're just like, so we seem to brought in players like, especially in the draft, like Tyler Booker. Like one thing Mike mentioned, but during the draft process, like he is a leader of that team back in college. Siobhan Ravel, like leader for East Carolina. Donovan Izaraku, he was a leader for Boston College. So we're bringing not just really good captains, we're bringing in players that have leadership qualities to this team that know how to step it up and not just be on the fringes. So I like the thought process behind our draft strategy this year.
What is interesting as well, I went back and I drafted the UDFAs, and pretty much nearly all the players, especially on defense, were all captains on their team as well. So there's this very, very common theme there.
Yeah,
definitely something we need, because I've been saying it every year that there's a couple of years that we've had a decent team that can make it deep into the playoffs, but they just need that, that thing that puts them all together. They're kind of playing on their own little space, So that's why I kind of wanted a coach that had experience to bring these guys together, because I feel like the seasons like last season, last season we had injuries and stuff, but some of the seasons where we had a good team, it just fell apart in the playoffs. First game of the playoffs, and that was it.
Yeah,
so we'll see. We'll see what Shotty has going on with that.
It's definitely very interesting. Like I'm very intrigued, and especially when it comes to this year's schedule, we're not given a very light schedule at all. We're basically being thrown into the furnace on opening day against the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's a tough schedule. Like you've got Philly in November, then we play the Thursday at Thanksgiving against the Kansas City Chiefs. Then I think
Super Bowl play teams.
Yeah. Then I think it's not the week after we're all away to Detroit as well.
Yeah.
So November is a monster of a schedule for us. But even still, like just in general, like people are sleeping on Denver Broncos right now. Like remember, people wrote off Bo Nix. He brought the Broncos to the playoffs last year. So
exactly.
So I would take every opponent this year. Like, well, maybe with the exception of the Giants.
Yeah.
And I think Drable's on the hot seat, so I think the pressure's on now.
Yeah,
so definitely on.
Yeah, especially with him wanting to get Jackson Dart and stuff like that. So
I think the pressure's on him now, and he's going to feel it.
Yeah, so mean, so, and that's the thing. So, based on the schedule, now, what would you say that your expectations would be for this season?
Ooh.
I'm the wrong person to ask that, just because I felt like last year my expectations were not that well, and Super Cowboy was really upset at me. He's like, "What do you mean? Like, we're gonna be better than that?" And it ended up happening. So it's
No,
like I feel like
you say it how it is. We'll protect you. We've got your back, man.
We've got you, Andrew.
Are
We've
you
got you.
really?
Yeah. We've got you. We've got you.
I'm not expecting a lot.
It might take us 6 months to get over there, but we still got you.
Got it. Okay.
It'll take you a while to get here.
Yeah. It's a lot of prep time.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
See, Angie has a problem with predictions.
Yes, I really do.
During the season, every week she's like, "I don't wanna."
Is that why you always ask me? Is that why you asked me my predictions, Angie?
Yes, I ask everybody else except me.
Right.
Yes.
And then we ask her,
Now
Now the
I know.
tables are turned.
I don't want to say.
Well, like even now, I told him I'm used to being the interviewer. I've never done it. I've never been the interviewee. This
The
is like
other
the
way
first
around.
time. Yes, and I've been asked before, and I'm always like, I like to be the one in control here. So,
I got it.
but I don't know. You go first on
Me-
this
me
one
go
because
first?
I don't know. Like
I mean,
I want to say good things.
see, my thing is before Perkins, it was there's a whole different mentality about it. But now with Perkins,
You think it's going to be
I
better?
think, yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
think definitely
100%.
our offense- Yes, definitely our offense is going to be a lot better. So I'm going to go 11-6.
Oh, that's what I got. I got
Yeah.
11-6.
Did you really?
11-6, and we kind of bump into the playoffs somehow.
That's kind of in the ballpark where I'm thinking. I think that's the best case scenario. I mean, I would not be mad if we're 8 and 9, because obviously it's the transition year. Like I was like, okay, like if we're 8 and 9, I'm like, okay, next year is the one we really need to amp it up. Like, because now he's got a year. Now he's got a year under his belt. Should be an easier schedule for next season. I know we're like being hypothetical here, but if Schottenheimer can get 10 wins this year against really tough opposition, 2 teams that were in the Super Bowl last year, we're playing. I don't know, is it 5 or 6 playoff teams this year?
Yeah.
So if we to come out and get 10 wins this year, that's a great achievement. I think.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
there's 2 playoff teams in our division, so you're playing them 4 times.
Yeah.
But,
And that's the reason why I don't want to go too high, just because we saw what happened last year, right? So you still have to kind of get everybody together with a new coach, right? With new leadership. So can you really, obviously it would be amazing if you can, right? But when you have like a new leader coming in to play, and the way things work with the players itself and their energy and the way they were coming out, if, like you said, if they can do 10 wins, I'll be amazed with that, just because of everything that happened last year.
And it really depends how the rest of the NFC play as well. There could be some teams that are like 8 and 9 and still making the playoffs. Like it really just depends, because we saw that before where like what was it? Tampa Bay was like their record, like even though they won their division, but they were like 7 and 10 at one point and still made the playoffs. I was like, come on.
Exactly.
And they're talking about changing that too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Because I mean, it was basically because of the NFC South.
Yeah. And like I told Super Cowboy, like last year we were talking about Washington, and he was like, Washington who? And I was like, you will see. And then what happened? So it's like you don't know of these teams, right? That it's like might be like, don't worry about them, and then you'll have to worry about them.
I said it more of a, Cowboys versus Commanders, or whatever they want to call themselves.
Of course, he's not going to admit it. He's never going to admit I'm right. He's not. Come on.
I mean, Cooper Rush got him, the second time. So
whatever.
We'll get him to admit it when we're over there with you. We can practice over there.
You guys said you have my back.
Yeah,
Okay, remember that.
We've always got your back, man. Always got your back.
Literally, Paul has my back. Literally, I just found that video where you cracked my back. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, was that back at a Cowboy Chris's place, or was that back in the studio?
No, that was at the
At
studio.
I was at the studio.
That was at the studio. Well, the
Couldn't
first one
remember.
was at a restaurant. When you first saw me, you're like, "Oh, Super Cowboy!" And blam.
Oh, that Cowboys experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at a restaurant there when I first got there, and then I was like, you know
right.
what? That felt good. You're the only one that could do that.
Honestly, it can't be a good backtrack. Like,
yeah, that was good.
Yeah, like in terms of the expectations, and I don't know about you, Mike. Like, I think for Schottenheimer, if we can like have a respectable performances this year under this new scheme, I think like the majority of Cowboys Nation is like, okay, at least we've got something to work for, like going forward. It's not going to be a complete disaster. But if we were to go beyond that, then great. That's exceeds expectations. Like I think that's the best thing to do is go in with low expectations this year, because we just don't, like you said, Angie, there's a lot of question marks. We just don't know yet. So, but at the same time,
I got quiet confidence.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I think with the players that we brought in, like I'm really excited about the Phil Maffa and Jaden Blue. And this is the funny way that's actually quite a good point. This is the next segment I was going to talk about, is about going back to the draft again, is to get your thoughts. What did you think about this year's draft?
I mean, to be there. To be there in person.
Oh no, I mean the players we brought in.
Right, it was just a madhouse, because every time that Sanders wasn't getting picked, everybody was looking at each other like, "Hey, are we going to pick up Sanders now?"
I am so glad we didn't.
I mean?
I'm so glad we didn't. I'm being honest.
Yeah, and at some point it felt like the Cowboys were going to pick him up.
It was just such a Jerry move. It had happened.
It would have been. It really would have been. Like, but let's be honest, it was a very Browns move what they did.
Right.
Like they picked the quarterback in the third round for Dylan Gabriel. Then 2 rounds later, they got Sanders. You're like, what the hell's going on? Because they've got Kenny Pickett and they've got Deshaun Watson. So they've got 4 quarterbacks. You're like,
they got 5.
5 actually. Yeah, Flacco, right?
Yeah, Flacco as well. Wow.
Yeah, that's what it's. I don't know what they're doing.
Comments too.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I don't know.
But being there, I'm just saying that was something that throughout the Cowboys little section there inside this theater, everybody was like, "All right, so we got Booker. Now we're gonna get Sanders, right? Because he's still there. He's still on the board." So every single round, it was pretty funny that everybody was looking at each other. Okay, Jerry's going to get Sanders here. But like you said, I'm glad of the same thing. I'm glad that because they were just brought a whole different circus again to the team, and it was going to kind of push Dak that, we want Sanders to start if Dak doesn't do this and blah, 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 blah. So I'm glad we didn't pick him up, but I'm pretty happy with all our picks. We got definitely some good talent there that hopefully will help us right away. Booker, we need an offensive lineman, so he has the right mentality, and we wanted a running back. So we'll see how Blue does.
Yeah. My emotions were up and down. I was like, we do need these players, but I really wanted something like maybe Travis Hunter. But I knew the Cowboys were not going to do that, right? So it's like, okay, but we need what we got, right? I still feel that we still need more of a stronger running back. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
I'm with you.
I feel like okay,
even though the rumor was the Cowboys did try to make a trade for the number 2 pick. That's the rumor.
It's definitely been debunked though. But let's be let's be honest though. Like for Cowboys to move up from 11th to 2, you would have to give up like next year's first round and over multiple draft picks. There's no way Jerry would have done that. There's no chance.
No.
Too much. It's way too much capital on that. But yeah, like for me, like at first I wasn't particularly thrilled of the Tyler Booker pick at first because
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
I really wanted to take McMillan, but the more I thought about it and watched the film of him again, I'm like, okay, I see what we're doing here. It fits the mold, it fits the image of what the Great Wall of Dallas represents. He's got that leadership qualities. He, like, in a couple of years' time, he could be that perfect replacement for Zach Martin. Like, he could be that guy. So I think that was more thinking about it, was a really good pick. But the second round pick, me and Mike lost our minds when that happened, when it was Donovan Ezeraku. Like, I was like, how the hell did he fall? Like, because we did a couple of mock drafts way prior to that, and we always picked Ezeraku always in the second round. And we always kind of wondered, why is he still kind of floating about in the second round, especially at 44, 46? It's like, because there was a lot of like draft boards saying, oh yeah, he'll be in the first round, he'll be like top 20 in that.
We always felt when we picked it in mock drafts, we were like, this is unrealistic, but
it's very unrealistic.
Exactly. Yes.
And I suppose the biggest one was obviously Siobhan Ravel, who played for East Carolina. Like, he actually torched my North Texas Mean Green, so he did a couple of years ago. So yeah, when that pick happened, I was like, wow, we've literally got ourselves 3 potential first rounders with our first 3 picks. Even though with Revel, he's got the injury concern, but if we can get him, he's been working out a lot. But if we can get him to full fitness, I can assure you, Super Cowboy Angie, Rebel is an absolute baller. Like, you'll be hearing a lot about him when in the coming days when he's on that football field, because Rebel is an absolute machine
and
as a
he's
cornerback.
Needed this year too.
He's going to, yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mike, what do you thought about the later round picks, like with Jaden Blue, etc.?
Jaden Blue, I mean, the guy's rapid, unbelievable speed. Jay Tyre has been playing with the firsts in OTAs, and apparently he's been struggling, which kind of makes me it's a bit of a letdown. The linebacker that they took in the 4th round, we'll wait and see. That sounds more like a special teams type guy at this stage. I don't think we're going to be seeing, because I mean the Cowboys, I feel, are more set at linebacker with what they've put together. You know, you've got Maurice Liafu, who was like really coming along as the season went along. Like, he was starting to get on fire. Like, Overshown falls out, Liafu comes up, and then you've got the 2 other guys. That's fine. Everything else, I think, is great. I put it as an A- draft myself, because it just they stuck to their guns. A lot of and the theme is a lot of leadership, a lot of captains, but a lot of blue collar players, guys who want to play football and want to be there and work out.
No bravado. That's the most key thing. There was no players with there's no more boss man fats or anything like that. Like, when it's just like, oh, I've got a hip hop career on the side, I want to focus on that while I'm playing football. No, none of that. It's all about, I'm here to play football. I want to win Super Bowls. I want to perform and be in this football team.
And
that's what we want.
In the second round, no second round gamble.
And that's kind of what the team needs. You know, we need players that want to come in and play. We had Chaz Green a couple of shows ago last season, and we were talking about that, because like, what's missing? You know, what's missing when we have those good teams that will make the playoffs? We had a good record, we won the division, and then we don't do anything. Like, what's missing? And he said it's just a different environment. You know, players that come from other teams that come to the Cowboys, it's just different. Everything's different. It's almost like they made it. Oh, I made it. I'm a Cowboy. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of thing that we got to change. You know, so hopefully these guys come in and think different.
It's funny you mention it. I mentioned this on our last episode. I do not want any players to be like Don Terry Poe ever again. That player gives me nightmares left, right, and center. Like, it's just because he signed a contract to Dallas doesn't mean you get to be a lazy piece of crap on the football field. I'm sorry. I'm no filter in that one. Like, I had high hopes for him, and he completely disappointed me. And I just wish him he got cut from the football team from week 3.
Well, remember the tight end that we had with was it Parcells? Martellus?
Martellus Bennett.
Martellus
Well,
Bennett.
yeah, look what happened
after.
Yeah, look what happened after you left Dallas. He had a great
Yeah.
career after you left Dallas. You know.
Yeah,
That's what the
that's
Cowboys do, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I mean, even Taco Charlton got a Super Bowl with Kansas.
Taco, yeah,
Taco.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
And that's why I'm saying it's like the potential is there, but something is missing where we cannot have this potential grow. So it's like, it feels like sometimes the players also feel, and maybe that's where the frustration is coming to, where they feel like, hey, I've lost all my years, I've lost my talent. You're not really seeing what my worth is, when they come and, play in. So hopefully.
They feel like it's like I talked to, older players, alumni Cowboys.
Yeah.
And they're like, you go to Frisco, you go to the Star, and you got Micah up on a billboard. You got all these dudes up there already, like they won something. They haven't won anything. They shouldn't have their pictures up anywhere. Like they're up there, so they look at that every day. They drive to the Star, and they're like, hey, there's my picture. Hey, I'm the #1 player for the Cowboys, and it's like that kind of the mentality. He's like, when we played in the 90s, there was no pictures of anything anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It was you're here to work and you're here to do your job.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned about the Star, and me and Mike have this discussion off air before. Like as much as I enjoy doing the facility tour, the training, get to see the training facility, etc. Cole Beasley at one point made a really good point. As much as I disagree with his politics from time to time and stuff like that and what he said about the Cowboys, but he made a really good point. And same with Dalton Schultz. It seems to be too much of a show in the facility. You've got tours coming in while players are trying to work out.
Then this I do disagree with. Yeah, I'm with you.
Like there's way too many distractions that's going on in the facility, I think. And me as a fan, this is a fan saying that. It's like, well, I'd rather prefer if the players are not there than do the tours, so therefore the players can focus. At least something in that regard, because I don't know if you have you guys done the tour in this Frisco before. Like, so you know where the weight room is, right? It's like black. It's like you can see through. You can see them, but they can't see you. But back of their minds, it's like, oh, there'll probably be another bloody tour out there as they're trying to do a max squat or max bench press, and that's what's going to be in the back of their mind. It's going to be really difficult to focus 100%.
I've always said this, but that I find that weird, and I'm with you. I agree with all of you. I just think that, like, surely, like the Star and Frisco, the tour groups, like, they surely should have like a schedule and then just be like, look, during this time and this time, the players are working, no tours. You can only do tours between this time and this time, or this time and on these days. And that's it. Right. And that's how it should be. No harm in the tours. I get it. No. And it is good to go in and have one round. But I even for myself, I don't want to be in there interrupting anybody. So put the tours on when the players are gone.
Yes.
I just don't get why they can't figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, finally for the last little segment, what is your plans for this year? Yes, unfortunately, I know.
So, I mean, obviously,
we'll definitely do a part 2 some on the lead up. We'll definitely focus on both our game show, post-game show. But
definitely.
But the last question I got for you guys: what is the plans for this year, and what games are you going to?
And also, while you're thinking about that. The other question I'll throw in there for you guys to add in is obviously about your show.
Absolutely.
Talk about that, how you started it and what you guys do on that show.
Well, the show, me and Angie, talked about doing something different. We've seen a lot of podcasts. We've seen a lot of different shows. And I was like, you know what? I haven't really seen one with the super fan that dresses up and a woman that really knows her football. And, you got the goofball super fan and the very serious, get to the numbers, woman analysis. I said, that would be something kind of different and kind of cool to do. So we just, started like doing it. And now it's been awesome that we've been able to do different things with it. Go to the Super Bowl and do lives from there and do our show from there.
The opportunities that has opened up for us.
The opportunities have opened up, definitely moving studios, having different studios, and being able to have our show and have a little bit of fans, a little bit of fans that love what we do and
talking football in a fun way.
And my craziness.
Not to mention as well, you guys have been attending a lot of charity events as well.
Yes,
absolutely. So that's kind of part of the Super Cowboy persona character that I started doing for fun and go and drink and have a good time. But then it started moving into kids looking up to me and doing things with different things in the community, and a lot of stuff came out of that with the Ford Hall of Fans, being nominated for that and different things like that. So we continue doing work. Like with us, there's never an off season because there's always charity golf tournaments or a walk for different things here in Dallas. So I always tell people, you never know what Super Cowboys and Angie are going to be. So we're just going to pop up somewhere. And you're like, well, you guys are here?
And literally that's how it is.
Like, I'm going to give you a quick little story with Kyle. He was doing the Legends, the basketball team.
Yeah.
Out in Frisco at the Co-America over there. So I got invited over there to go watch the basketball game. So I'm over there and he sees me. He's like, you do basketball too? I'm like, I'm everywhere.
When you see him next, you'll have to tell him you were talking to us, and that'll put a smile on his face.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah. I mean,
because that's right. Because you attend the Arlington Renegades games as well. You attend
Renegades.
them.
Yes. Yeah. This season I didn't make it out there, but yeah, I do the Renegades and there's some different little things. This couple of months ago before the draft, we were doing some baseball games. We went to a baseball game here. I just haven't really posted about it yet, but Super Cowboy was out there repping his baseball team.
You'll see you on a bike one day cycling.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. I was getting invited all the time. Hey, you want to come out here? All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Yes.
I can see you on some ice skates as well.
I know exactly. But no, with the Super Cowboy Show, we talk football as well. I'm the more serious one. He's the more goofball, as you can kind of tell here as well. But we do a lot of charity events as well. A lot of the stuff we don't post because I just feel like there's things that we just do just because we want to do as well. But then we also want to show as well what opportunities there are out there for people to kind of give back as well. So that's why we started posting a lot more about the charity events, but that's what we do.
And then this year, I mean, we also do our show live. We work with Vatos Locals Tailgating, so we do our tailgating with them, and we've been doing some shows from there, and we have some of the players' dads come out and be on the show. So we take our show remotely. We'll go different places and do different things. This year, the biggest one, two of the biggest ones would probably be the Raiders game.
Yes,
we're thinking
that
of
one.
going to that one.
Nice.
And then Denver's cool. One.
You're thinking of going to Denver.
So that would be a first time to go to Denver. So like I said, you never know when Super Cowboy's gonna pop up. Last year I went to Atlanta. Popped up in Atlanta.
Just to add to it though, what is the name of the show, by the way, just so people know who are listening?
The Super Cowboy Show.
I know. Can you believe that? No, he's taking all of the credit here. He just wants it to be the Super Cowboy Show. Come on now.
We're going to change it soon. So it's going to be the Princess Angie Show with the guy with the mask.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work if you put the two together. It was the Princess Super Cowboy Show.
Oh my God!
It's too close to Princess Super Cowboy.
Yeah, you'd have to change your color of your hat, man.
So you've got Denver and you've got Las Vegas. So are you planning to attend most home games this year, guys?
Oh, home games, we're there every game.
Yeah, home games for sure. Yes, home games. Yes. You're going to see us out there. You'll see him walking around. You'll see me like after people, hey, can I ask you some questions?
Yeah.
So I'll be running behind some fans.
Well, Angie, all you need to look out for is look for people, for some Scotsmen wearing kilts, and that's us. That's all you need.
And my Union Jack hat.
Yeah,
and
Mike's top hat.
Yeah, the top hats like Joey wore in Friends.
Definitely, and if you guys haven't come to Vatos Locals, you got to come check it out. one of the best tailgates is Vatos Locos tailgate, and Big Mike is the guy in charge over there, and yeah, you guys gotta come out and hang out.
They're already busy, okay?
No. We'll just go to a third one.
Aye, exactly.
It's like I'm jumping from one to another.
Especially our good friend Jamie. He'll say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's like anyway. So.
And then he goes missing.
Yeah, but yeah.
Those are the 2 away games, and Chicago is probably one that I kind of want to. I might do a little solo trip to Chicago, so we'll see.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in the dead of winter, so you should be okay. It's because it's early.
Exactly. Week 2, I believe. Yeah.
Well, guys, we really appreciate you coming on board. It's really great catching up with you. But once again, please let everyone know where everyone can find you guys on socials.
I go first. Ladies first. Wow. Okay. So you guys can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X or Twitter, whatever it's called, under Angie La Princesa.
And I am _SuperCowboy on Instagram, and then at SuperCowboy everywhere else. And on Facebook is SuperCowboy, because if you say it once, you got to say it twice.
What are you, Candyman?
I said you never know where I'm gonna pop up. You said my name 3 times, I'll pop up. Hey.
No. Listen, you're not Joe Hendry out of wrestling. His name and he appears. But Mike, again, please let everyone know where you are.
Or actually, sorry, also the show, the Super Cowboy Show, you can find that on YouTube. Subscribe to the show, the Super Cowboy Show on YouTube. And then we're on Spotify, and we should be on what is it, iHeart? Mm-hmm. iHeart app also. But right now we're on Spotify, so you guys can find us there and subscribe.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Sweet.
All right, Mike. Do I let everyone know where everyone can find you?
You can find me on X or Twitter, whatever you kids are calling it, at Kenfig Cowboy. That's Kenfig with a K, Cowboy with a K. And you, Paul?
You can find me at I am Peace2 on X and Instagram, and also be sure to follow the World's Team on all our social media: Instagram, X, Spotify, Apple. Link is in the description. But yes, folks, that is the end of the show. We are absolutely honored to have Super Cowboy and Princess Angie back on here, and just to catch up on good times, and we cannot wait to kick it up in November with you guys. But yes, folks, like as always here on the World's Team, it's not just America's team. It is the World's Team. We'll see you guys next time.
That's a wrap on the World's Team Podcast. Smash that like button and hit subscribe, Cowboys Nation. This ain't just America's team, it's your team. Touchdown! It's the World's Team, only on Believe, where real fans live.
How about them Cowboys?